Hey everyone, this is the June 2019 budget review, and we're just going to hop right into it here. Starting with the credit report, you can see that my score went down 1 point this month. And when we look into the reasons why, it's right here. Usage went up 4%. Hadn't actually used the cards at all since last October, but as you know from last month, I took that business trip in May and some unforeseen things happened, and I put some of that on the card. Thankfully, I have paid down about $100 from what I had paid, uh, and then put that on the card. And let's hop over to budgets. All right, so I got Google AdSense. That was a couple dollars more than I had planned on, and that's usually the case, usually a dollar or two more than what YouTube actually tells me that I made that month. And let's look at Paycheck. Paycheck is a weird one this month because I started a side job where essentially I'm working for a real estate company where I am scouting out distressed properties for them. And I only work like a very few hours a week for that. I do it on one of my days off, but I am counting the number of hours that I work there as paycheck rather than some other category. And it does help out a little bit because with the additional hours that I'm working, even if it's like 2 hours a week, then I still do a dollar per hour worked to savings. But I'll tell you what happened with the paycheck this month. The first thing is that my job changed the pay schedule, which is going to make things a little complicated for a month or two, but in the long run, I think it's going to make things easier. We are now paid every 2 weeks rather than on the 15th and the last day of the month. So by doing that, I'm on a more regular pay schedule, but I didn't know that at the beginning of the month when I made this. So I thought that I was going to have 2 extra days of pay on there. And that's why that's short. The other thing is to, when I calculate this, I've been calculating it as whatever the gross amount is and then taking 10% off that. And I am in the 10% tax bracket for federal taxes. But now that I have ADP for my payroll servicer, it's breaking down the percentages of the paycheck that is put toward taxes. And when you account for city tax and state tax as well, I'm actually paying 20%. So when I make my budget for next month, I'm going to try to make this more accurate. And this was a nice surprise. Referral income, I got $300. It was a $250 one and a $50 one. And I actually, at the beginning of the month, didn't think I was going to have any at all. So it's really nice that those people pulled through and were able to do that. That helped me out a lot. Nothing from rideshare, and honestly, I really just need to take this off here because I'm not working rideshare anymore. And then interest. As I continue to build my savings account, my emergency fund, and my sinking funds, then this is going to continue to rise every month, now at a total of $4 for the month. So, auto insurance, it's at $65. I am working this month, and I've already gotten one quote to try to lower that because credit score does have a lot to do with insurance payment, and I think that I can probably get a lower rate than when I first signed up for this. Then with car payment, that's right on. Gas and fuel, only $51, and this does seem good, but I'm actually a little disappointed with this. I've done a really good job this month of taking the bus almost most days. It's really only short trips that I take with the car, and I really thought that it would be a lot less than that for gas. So I hoped that I could get it down pretty low and I could lower that budget, but it looks like that's probably not the case, especially if I start taking some longer trips with the car, just like to the other side of the city. Bills and utilities went over $2, and with this category, what needs paid, so that's fine. Keep in mind, it is again being combined, so the $75 or $73 goes toward that $152. It's driving me crazy that it's doing that, and it's only been the last 2 or 3 months that Mint's done that. So what I'm trying to do if I remember, I'm going to do for next month is to actually get rid of the bills and utilities altogether and then actually just estimate what my gas and my electric will be, because those are my bills and utilities. So gas, electric, and phone. And then with student loan, that's right on where it should be. I apparently did really good with fast food this month. I mean, I've been working on that, but it's surprising me that it's that low. And stayed within the budget for groceries, which I'm really happy with, because if you remember, was it last month or 2 months ago that we lowered that from 300 to 250, and I'm still within the range there. I did eat out $86 this month at restaurants. Most of that was toward the end of the month. I was doing really good, and there was a day I forgot to pack my lunch and a couple other similar things, but I did okay on that. No gifts, didn't go to the doctor, rent's right on, renter's insurance. And here's the big one, storage. So if you remember last month, I just ran out of money and I couldn't pay the storage unit rent, right? So I was considering I was going to have to pay last month and a late fee plus the regular price for this month. I am actually getting the check for last month tonight and mailing it out. But that means that I'm a month behind on it. And thankfully, now that I'm doing the part-time job, I should easily be able to just work a solid day, one of the weekends in July, and that'll take care of this and get it caught right back up. So that's my hope, is that I will go ahead and get that taken care of and caught back up. And then with miscellaneous expenses, business expenses, I thought that I was not going to have that much, but there were two things that happened. First of all, I got those 2 unexpected bonuses, and I have to split those bonuses. So I got a $250 bonus, and I had to pay out $125 in order to split that with a person. So that's $125 in business expenses that I wasn't planning on paying. So I paid that. There were also some other things. I had a gallery opening for my other YouTube channel, and I had to get photo prints for that, which was not very much. It was like $6. And I also had to get frames, which I'm going to talk about the frames here more later on in the video. And then clothing, I did so great. I was so happy with myself. I got a great pair of shorts on clearance that I loved. I was so happy that I got it for that price. And then I got 5 pairs of underwear. I thought I was only going to be able to afford 2. They were on like super clearance, and I got 5 pairs, and those 5 pairs and the shorts still had me under $50. Except that the second time I wore the shorts, it's just a long story. I had a pen sticking out of my backpack, and there was ink all over the back of the brand new shorts. And I am going to eventually take them to the dry cleaner and see if they can get that out. Kind of guessing they're not going to be able to. But if they can't, I'll just use those for wearing around the house or something. But I did buy a replacement pair just like them. They were also on clearance, but for some reason, like $5 more. So that's why I went over a little bit on that. And I'll just make sure that I set a budget of 0 for clothing for next month to make up for it. Everything else. Oh, this is one thing that actually hit me kind of hard this month. $121 auto fees and taxes. I had to renew my registration this month. And I didn't even think about it, so I didn't put it in the budget. And fortunately, I only have to do that once a year. Public transportation and also rental car and taxi. You guys know that I never use either one of those. I had an event that I had to go to for work, and going to that, it's kind of a long story. I had to take a bus. Well, I had to drive part of the way, take a bus to a certain place, and then take an Uber, and then I got a bird. So that was just to get to the location I needed to go to because there was such a crowd. But the $18 is for back and forth on Uber, and then $10 is buying credit for the bird, which is a scooter if you aren't from the city. And then printing, I did print some things. This was actually an expense for taxes. and that was $1. Shipping was $1. I can't quite remember what I shipped. It was mailing out the tax forms. Movies and DVDs. I did actually go and I saw a movie, I believe. This month has been so long, like I don't even remember. But I believe I went and saw a movie. And bank fee. So this is another one of those ones that hits once a year. It's a $29 membership fee. And I know, why would I have a credit card that has a membership fee? But I signed up for this card 11 years ago. It's like one of my oldest accounts. I definitely don't want to close it and lose that age of credit. So that's what that is. And then the finance charge of $62, that's how much interest is accrued between my two credit cards for the month. $38 for snacks, which is okay, lower than it has been. Home supplies, this was contact solution. And I'm kind of at a point right now where I've run out of a bunch of stuff. So there's a lot of different things like that I'm having to resupply on. One was also laundry detergent this month. Now shopping, $42. Once we get through the list, I'm going to go back to this and drill down a little bit what that is. I usually try to categorize all the shopping. Transfer is $1. Essentially, I Venmo'd my coworker $1 because she asked to borrow $1, and she did pay me back, but it has not, for some reason, shown up and meant she actually paid me back $2. And credit card payment, so it's just obviously a payment to the card. So let's go into the shopping here and just check out what that actually was. The ones that are categorized as shopping are here and here. So the $13.28 at Target and the $24.51 at Target, these are actually frames. So really and honestly, these should be business expenses. I will update this later. I always just verify that with the actual receipts, and I forgot to bring the receipts with me today. But this is when I bought the first pair of shorts, this is when I bought the underwear, and this is where I bought the second pair of shorts. So that should account for everything. This was, I believe, either the contact solution or the detergent. Okay, so checking out the goals here, it looks like it's already switched over to July, even though I'm filming this on June 30th. So I can't say exactly how much I contributed, but I contributed more than I said I would, more than $176 toward the emergency fund. So looks like the balance of that right now is $1,828. Income by merchant for June, you can see the majority of it came from my paycheck. ADP's our servicer here. That's 82%. 12% from Instacart referrals. That's a $250 and a $50. And this is from Google AdSense. And then this is my part-time job. And even though it says it's only $35.40, I actually deposited another check for about $30. For some reason, it shows up in my account balance for my checking account, but it doesn't show the actual transaction, so it's not showing in here. So it's maybe about 2% of my income, and it was about $65. And so yeah, and then $363 is the interest paid. This is just the interest from my savings accounts. Net worth. As you can see here, this last little black dot, I actually had a really pretty significant increase this month in just overall assets. Well, I guess that is overall net worth. But the debts continue to decrease as well. And looking down here, all right, so I had an increase in assets of $1,233.43 over last month. My debts also decreased $356.87. And if you remember last month, what my net worth was, this My net worth for this month is negative $170,782.39. That is an increase of $506.77 since last month. So things are still heading in the right direction. I will increase my income next month from that part-time job, but I actually have a question for you guys, and I may ask this again in the Budget With Me video. My car needs a wheel bearing, and it's going to cost about $450 to do that. Now, I could easily take that money out of the emergency fund. Obviously, I don't want to really raid the emergency fund. I've only, in the 9 years I've had one, gotten into it twice. But it could prevent further damage, like if the wheel would fall off the car, because I do occasionally still have to drive it for certain things. And it is pretty bad. It's making a lot of noise. So should I take that money out and use it? Or should I take the money out and use it to fix the car, but with the stipulation that I pay that money back to myself with extra work, like from the side job? I mean, obviously another bad option would be to put it on the credit card, and I'm not going to do that. Or I can just try to wait it out. Of course, waiting it out does make things kind of difficult, and it's sort of a safety issue. I'm not completely decided on that, so let me know. I'm actually going to probably tomorrow call the Subaru dealership and see if they have any way that I can get in this week. I know if I get in Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, they have a 20% discount on labor, so I'm going to try to do that. But let me know what you guys think about that. And just as a general channel announcement, I wanted to let you guys know the reason that I have been making a lot of this type of video and not as much what I consider to be like a content type video is because I'm having a hard time balancing my scheduling filming around natural lighting, because I don't have a lighting system, and also having internet available, because some of the videos like this type, I have to have internet in order to film it. But also timing it around my schedule, working 2 jobs, and also riding the bus, which takes a long time out of my day every day. So I have been trying to balance all of those. With that said, I did film the Target video, and I have refilmed the Target video because I didn't like the way that it was originally. So that will be going up, and I will be making one about Whole Foods too. And as I mentioned in my budget review, Lyft laid me off effective June 1st, so I will be making a video about why I left there. I've still got, from way back in the past, the one about why I left Uber and Lyft. So I think it's 50-50. Some people like those type of videos, some people don't. But if you do like those type of videos, they're coming soon. I will try to get, in addition to the budget review for June and the Budget With Me for July, in addition to that, I'm going to try to get probably the Target video up this month. And the only other thing is, this is a busy month as far as videos, because on July 9th, I'm going to have my annual update about my student loans. This will be year 4. So find out all the stuff that's happened this year. And there was a lot that happened this year with that. So stay updated with that. And then the next thing that I'm going to have up this month is my 6-month check-in on my financial goals. So normally I'm doing a 2 or 3 video month, and this is going to be a 5 video month. So it's going to be really busy for me to get all that coordinated as far as filming locations and lighting and editing and access to the internet to upload. But I am absolutely going to try to get that stuff done for you guys. And that's, so it should be a big month as far as content. So thanks for sticking with me. Ever since I started this new job in January, it's just made the timing of things, kind of difficult. I'm not complaining at all, because it's making me more financially stable, but it has made putting time into the channel more difficult. And I'm trying to find solutions to do that because I do want to put more time into this. So if you guys have any comments, please leave them below. I do appreciate you guys sticking with me, even if it's a month where I'm kind of thin on videos. But I'm happy to say, and you guys see here, I'm still making progress.